Oh,
Welcome, family. Welcome to Sacred Ashram Ministries, where spirit meets sanctuary. I'm righteous, and
all right, all right. And I am Paco Soul Knowledge, joined by my wonderful wife and co-host, Righteous.
oh, we got a lot to talk about, family. We got a wonderful treat for you. Um, we have as our guest on this show Melvin and Jasmin Perry
Yes,
from
yes.
Dragon's Mist Tribal Ministries. And we are so excited to hear about the beautiful work that they're doing over in Colorado. So this is going to be a really lovely show, and I'm really looking forward to joining with them. But in the meantime, before we get to that, we have a few things we wanted to share. Um, Something that we're starting is we're going to be showcasing new artists that um, are providing us with conscious music that's, as we all know, there's been a war against conscious music. Music itself is powerful, and it's been our conscious music is being suppressed. And so we wanted to take the opportunity during our show to help to showcase artists that we've started listening to. Of course, we didn't discover them; they've been out here, um,
Hmm.
but we wanted to take a moment to share those things with you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, we kind of pride ourselves on being up on a lot of quote unquote underground artists, people that's just not really well known, but they have a really, really good level of quality in terms of like the messaging and the production. You know, one of the things I always say to Righteous is like you got to have like a little bit of a bop to it, right? A little bit of a vibe when it comes to the music that we listen to. And I feel like this in a lot of levels, not just with music, even with mantras, the mantras that we do, the mantras that we have on our channel and things like that. We got to have something that really resonates and kind of, puts you in a certain frequency and a state of mind, henceforth, the righteous frequency, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah, that's very important to us when it comes to those type of, things and music.
Music is a very powerful tool to shift frequency.
Yes,
Whether
indeed.
it's for, yeah, whether it's for the worst or the best,
Mm-hmm.
shifting frequency towards the negative or the positive. Music has always been used for that. And so, just getting back into um, our ancient technology, and exploring powerful music, music that is uplifting. We definitely want to delve more into that and share more of that with our family, so that um, these artists, not only so we can be uplifted as a people, as a conscious community, um, as groups of indigenous people, as
Mm-hmm.
people who um, are leaning towards the light and towards enlightenment, but also so that these people can be promoted for the work that they do. The work that they're doing is powerful. It's passionate. And they're putting a lot of their life energy into this. And so just being able to continue to give those types of artists platforms that showcase their talents is, we definitely want to be a part of that movement. So
Absolutely, absolutely. With that being stated, let's get down to the knit and grit. How was your week so far? How you been feeling? All of these planetary transits that's been going on.
oh man, I've been having some of the most powerful and transformative transits ever.
Hmm. Okay.
Things we did this week was we took really good looks at our charts, and
Mm-hmm.
we progressed our charts, which is something that was new to me. But being able to see like all the planetary influences during those transits has
Mm-hmm.
been, it's been amazing. Um, I've been going through some really interesting times, and some really interesting changes, and you could see it all play itself out on the planetary stage within my chart. And so I'm really thankful and grateful to be able to look at that for myself. And in
Mm-hmm.
looking at that for myself, it better helps me to explain that to other people and show those things and share those things with the family, so that you can see how that affects your day to day. So my week has been, I can't say, it's definitely been chocked with experiences. Um, I've grown a great deal, things that would have typically um, angered me some bit or rattled me. I've
Mm-hmm.
been able to really just take a step back and see, okay, hmm, what am I supposed to be learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Where do we go next? Or how is this shaping me? Whereas from a bird's eye view, how is this shaping me? And so just being able to share those experiences with our family. If you're curious about what I'm talking about, feel free to visit our website at sacredashramministries.org.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to work with you, and pull up your chart and see what life is holding for you in various areas. Um, it's definitely a powerful thing to do on your walk for self discovery, and it's affordable, which is important.
Yes, yes, it's very important to be able to have access to resources that are affordable in this current climate with all of these many transitional experiences and events that'll be taking place. As we're currently in Mercury retrograde, and it's a lot of things on a world scale that I think is going to be um, changing, good and bad. With that being stated, speaking on a world scale, um, currently this week, there was a massive earthquake in terms of out in Malaysia, I believe it was.
Yeah,
It
it
was,
was crazy.
yeah.
It was a magnitude 7.7
Hmm.
earthquake, and it struck central Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Um, so
Um,
far, there's at least 144 confirmed deaths. Um,
yeah. Now I think actually it's more than that.
mhm.
It's over 1,000, 1,600. Let me actually pull up that
Hmm.
image. Yeah, it is pretty bad.
You know what was crazy is something else, and I don't know what is the difference between, or what is the distance between Malaysia and Egypt. The Great Pyramid, how they released the information about the findings below the Great Pyramid this week.
That's a great question.
I
Um, I-
think you I think you mentioned something earlier in the week that there may be some sort of connection between those two things.
yeah. So what I believe is, um, with the revelation of all of that information in regards to, okay, there are these structures underneath the pyramids, um, and like these structures are like thousands of kilometers tall, even larger than, I believe, I can't think of the name of the tower that's in Dubai, but the largest uh, uh, skyscraper that's in Dubai, it's even
Mhm.
larger than that. So I feel like with the recent release of that information, like there may be some sort of connection there. I don't really know the specifics just yet, and I'm pretty sure Spirit is going to provide us with that. But I do believe that the two could be closely related with the release of that information coming out, and then immediately after, you hear about this major earthquake that has, wrecked a lot of, lives, and it just caused a major disruption. It was just something that we did not expect to come across. So,
Yeah, it was the Burj in Dubai.
Yeah. So
The Burj in Dubai. And I think there was a YouTuber that we listened to semi-frequently. They were talking about the vibration caused by different things that are existing underground right now.
Yeah.
And that vibration possibly triggering certain things to happen all over the world. But we'll keep our eye on that and see what happens, see where it all leads.
Yeah. So this, just before we go ahead and move on, so the death toll is about 1,600 right now.
Okay.
So that's what the military government said, and it has pretty much affected other parts of Southeast Asia. So it's pretty interesting. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and move on to some music before we go ahead and have our guest Dragon Smith Temple join us. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Perfect. And the name of this group before we get started is Threetwenty. So it's literally spelled out 320 all together, no spaces. So enjoy and let us know what you think.
Grow
Hello. Hey, family.
Oh,
What's up, family?
hello.
Family. So happy to have you. So happy to have Dragon's Mist Tribal Ministries. I know we were saying your name pretty wrong a few times. So thank you for being patient with us.
No worries, it's
Thank
all
you.
good.
It's a mouthful.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Tell
Yeah.
me really quickly, what's the inspiration behind that name? It sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah. Ever since I was a kid, I just always been enamored and fascinated with dragons. Like I always felt the connection with them. In my heart of hearts, I always believed they were real. And just even my daughter now is enamored with dragons. So that's our thing. We roll with the dragon.
Okay.
And I've always liked dragons, but it wasn't a huge thing. The thing that really calls to me are alligators. My dreams are alligators. They have always been by my side and just such a good support system for me. And so when I started realizing the strong connection between dragons and alligators, that's when it's
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, I guess they've always been a part of my life.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
that's pretty powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I definitely want to say just thank you all for joining us here today. We definitely look forward to getting into this wonderful, wonderful discussion. Oops. And with that being stated, I do have a question for you all, and that is, um, first and foremost, we're definitely honored to just welcome you both here, both being the founders of Dragons Mist Tribal Ministries. From what I understand is you all are a spiritual movement, and you're rooted in meditation, energy work, ancestral altar practices, and as well as holistic healing. So, with that being the case, if you can just share a little bit about your individual journeys into spirituality and how you came to create Dragonsmith Tribal Ministries.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, so shoot, my path to my spiritual path. I got out of the military and I was messed up when I got out. I was going through some stuff mentally. For a while there, I thought I was going crazy, and I didn't know that I was going through my awakening. And then being in the environment that we were in, ain't no really such thing as that. So I honestly didn't know what was going on with me. I thought I was going crazy. I had to isolate myself, and I slowly start to come around onto the spiritual thing. One day I came across a documentary about DMT, the spirit molecule, and that really opened my eyes to spirituality and seeing that there's more out there besides just waking up every day going to work. And I'm not the only person going through these things and feeling like I'm crazy and hearing all this stuff. Like it's actually a force out there to be tapped into. And that was, I slowly walked into it from there. It took some years, but we're here now.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds more like you were having a spiritual awakening, and when we come to the whole aspect of spiritual awakening, sadly, like oftentimes what causes it is trauma and things like that. So um, that's one of the things that I feel like we all kind of sadly go through when it comes to those awakenings, but they can also be very transformative and powerful. So man, I can definitely relate to those experiences that you've had, most definitely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And my story, I would say, kind of mirrors his, but it was like a long, slow draw from childhood. I've always been very spiritual, connected, and even though I grew up Pentecostal, there was always something that was different. And I was able to see a lot of different things. And so I knew that there was way more to what was out there than what we were being led to believe or, being able to tap into on a regular basis. Um, But what really brought everything to a head was, of course, trauma and drama and stress in life. Um, was like mentally really like sad, depressed, not so much, but just
Mhm.
not really feeling like myself, and having to really search within to find out, okay, what's going on? Why am I hearing these things? Why am I seeing these things? Why am I hiding these things? Like certain conversations, you don't talk to people about.
Mhm.
And so it was really, everything was really pushed into a head, but I would say the delay in it all was fear and just kind of like, no, I'm going to be mainstream. I'm going to do what everybody else is doing until spirit is like, no, you can't. This is your path. This is what we need you to work
That is powerful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, how has your path as a couple influenced your spiritual work? Um,
Shoot, I'll say we kind of influence each other. Ever since I met her, she's been psychic, man. She's like people are drawn to her. She's magnetic. Like people for whatever people just give her stuff. It's kind of scary. Like and so ever since as a teenager, I was like, shoot, I want to be like that. She's been telling me, oh, the indigo kids and getting into astrology. And at that time, I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. But now it's like I can give her my vision. Like I'm very imaginative. I can see the big picture. And if I can give her this vision and she can magnetize and manifest the tools and people we need to move on to the next step. And I feel like that's how we're really cohesive like that together in our spiritual work. We are both good at separate things, but when we come together and put it together, it's like it's magic,
mm,
It's everything seems to work out.
mhm,
on. And I would say not even magnetizing the people or the things, it's the energy and the frequency and the way that we can kind of work within ourselves, because he also, not only is he an amazing visionary, and he also has a way of drawing people to him, but his life experiences has kind of taught him to just kind of shy away, and I'm just kind of
mm.
like, hey, I'm here.
Oh man. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Um, just like
Wait, can I say something really quickly?
yeah, go ahead.
Um, you know, I have met both of you in person, and everything he was saying about you, I can definitely attest to. You do have a very magnetic energy, and it is crazy. And I'm like, it cracks me
Thank
up
you,
because it's certain things you get from people, and it's just really beautiful, and it's just awesome. I think I used to have a saying. I used to be a union organizer, so I traveled all over the United States organizing. And so I would meet all these different people. And it was like my job to engage with them, like, and engage in such a fashion that they would allow me to come to their house for dinner and things like that. Like that was my job. So I would meet, I started to meet so many people that were similar. It was crazy. So I started to think to myself, okay, I'm meeting the same people over and over again. They're just in different places. So I'm attracting the same energies no matter where I go. It's the same blueprint of person. And so when as I've grown, I've kind of come to know that there is a such thing as past life energy. And it, there is a great possibility that we reincarnate at the same time, or we reincarnate in groups. And so
Absolutely.
when I met you, I was like instantly, I already felt familiar, and
Yeah.
I could feel magnetism from your energy, like the energy that you have. And so I'm just really excited to have you guys here. And I'm sorry I kind of butt in, but I just had to say
No,
that. Man, yeah, I can attest, brother. You are absolutely right. She does have a very magnetic pull. Yes.
It's
yeah,
crazy you say that
absolutely.
about the past lives coming back in group because I feel like that's what our tribe is. Like we all
Mhm.
knew each other. Like it's I had a weird dream. I don't want to go into this tangent, but I just feel like Chief was this huge Buddha in the Buddha lands, and we was all his students, and we
We
came
were
back
all little
here
Buddhists.
together. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And we all came back here to spread the light that we're doing right now.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's that just gave me goosebumps when you said that. But yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. And going back on what you said, like in regards to, when you met your wife, um, I can definitely resonate with that as well. Like learning all of these new things. I can definitely say that Righteous was really, she was pivotal in terms of my awakening. Look, give a clap out for her. She was definitely, a major factor into even now, like with us having, this level of knowledge when it comes to astrology and seeking to not even just seeking, just having a better understanding as we've grown as a couple and just different understanding of like spiritual modalities coming into the space of all of this spiritual knowledge and things like that. And it's really been an activator in terms of, when you meet the right person, the right person. So
Mhm.
um, with that being stated, moving forward, like when it comes to Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries, right? Were there any challenges or obstacles that you all faced when you were building your ministry?
Man.
So many, so many.
Shoot, we'll even start before her, before Jasmine and my daughter even moved out here.
Hmm.
Man, I got laid off from my job a month before they moved out here. The
Mm.
job that we based everything on,
Mhm.
the whole move, I'm gonna be supporting all this. Like it was that kind of slowed me down a bit. And fast forward, just getting things set up. It just felt like because we had an organization that we were thinking about doing like 2 years ago with mushrooms, using sacred medicine to do like retreats and stuff like that. But Spirit kind of was basically telling us that it wasn't the time just yet.
Mhm.
We didn't have the correct tools, knowledge, shoot, even the courage to do it back then. But now, we got a whole new set of tools and new friends and allies that, see the vision just as we see it and they want to help us with that. And so, yeah, I think
Absolutely.
the biggest one was not the right time.
Timing
Yes.
is definitely a factor.
Mhm.
Definitely a factor.
Divine timing.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were so many obstacles, way more than just that. I
Hmm.
mean,
Tell us about
I mean,
them.
so, and we can't help but merge this together in such a weird way because it wasn't it wasn't just, hey, the ministry is gonna start. Like, we weren't talking. And literally, he sent me a video at one point,
Oh
and
man.
it was basically explaining that, hey, you got to go find that Pisces because it doesn't matter what's going on now, but you two have work to do. You guys have to link up again. And he
Yeah,
sent
it
me
was an
that
old
video.
astrology video. I forgot about that. It even
Yeah.
said we were gonna have a meeting. We had a mission to do and everything. Like it was wow.
And I was like, nope, whatever, like, not gonna happen. And it all happened. But the leading up to us actually getting here, we had a hurricane. We were displaced for a month, a little bit longer than a month. You got laid off within a month's time. We it was like, okay, are we gonna panic and just not move, or are we gonna just push forward? And my dad always tells me, go, go 100 miles an hour just in case you start having some speed bumps in the road. You're not going to slow down that much.
Well,
And right. And so, like, in my head, I was like, nope, Dad, like, we know our assignment. We heard it loud and clear. We know what we have to do. We're just going to keep pushing forward. But at that time, once we moved, we had never lived together. We had never, like, it had been a really long time since we kind of started talking, I guess within that, like, 2 year span, a year span.
Hmm.
And so we had all of that
plus a baby,
plus a new
plus newly
baby,
married.
newly married,
Yo, it was
newly
rough,
living
y'all. I ain't gonna
together
lie, it was rough.
in a new state. It was extremely difficult
Wow.
trying to like connect with the community while connecting with each other, while connecting with ourselves, while connecting with the baby. Like it was so intense. And I'm like, all the odds are against us. Like this ministry is not going to get off the ground. Like everything is not going to happen. But somehow we just continue to follow those messages that we were receiving. Even when it was hard, even when we were struggling, even if we weren't on the same page at the certain time, I guess we were still on the same page with
Vision.
knowing what, yes, the vision, but it was really difficult. So everything was a struggle.
That is
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I think when you are making that transition in terms of a new path spiritually, um, there can be some pushback, but I think that you knowing that you're along the right path, like as long as you have that eagle-eye vision in terms of your goals and expectations and aspirations to go ahead and transition into that new level of thinking and your path, you're always going to come out victorious when it comes to that. So, absolutely.
Definitely.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's one of the things that I wanted to. That was a big one. Was the vision. Being able to have that vision and to
Hmm.
work on that together and to have that teammate to work on that vision with you is so powerful. Even in the midst of everything just going to hell all around you, that vision is powerful. The vision is everything. That vision is powerful.
Mhm.
How did you tell me a little bit about how you guys united on the vision?
I would say it wasn't really hard to unite in that way when we're both receiving messages and everything is like green light, and we there will literally be like a absolute no. Like I think we're both at the point of hearing it and seeing it. So uniting on the vision with me was done more within my ego. Just, hey,
Mm,
trust, like silence that ego, like quiet all the commotion and just trust. And
mm,
so that was a big part of me developing a really strong sense of trust
Yeah, I can
with
say
you
that too.
and with spirit for leading us where we need to go.
Yeah, and like just me too, like putting my ego down. I always like, I want to sit here, think about all the possibilities that could happen logically, but logic can only get you so far in spirituality. And after, you getting out of your ego and you surrendering, you you're not trying to force your will upon something. You're literally giving a roadmap. And if you
Hmm.
just are quiet enough to sit down for a second and listen, you're getting the instructions. And it took me a very long time to realize that. But after realizing that, it's been, things it's been on the up and up.
Hmm.
mm. Okay. Okay. Wow.
Perfect. So moving into sacred practices and teachings, righteous. Did you had a question in regards to that, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. It looks like you both incorporate different types of meditation in your practices within your ministry. Um, can you give us a little bit of information on what techniques you practice and teach?
Mhm. Sure. So with me, more so, it's very, I would say, with my techniques, they're more fairy tale, childlike, just finding that peace and that calm in this stage of my life right now. Like my daughter's 2.5, and like we have a teen, but teens are just really cool, but with her, like it's very high stress if I allow it to be. So me just grounding and just kind of finding that calm so I can actually hear what I need to hear and receive what I need to receive and just be at a place where I can do the work that I need to do. I have to just calm. But I'm also teaching as well, teaching her and teaching the other littles that I'm around how to connect with spirit, how to connect with nature, the elements, and connecting with themselves. So my teaching style is really more so fairy tale, just like grounding, calming, whether it's connecting with your breath or just going outside and connecting with the ground, feeling the heartbeat of the earth pulsing, or story like my favorite is just getting some oils or something and kind of having my daughter smell my hand while she's breathing and just telling her a little story.
That's
It's very
awesome.
calming
Wow,
and
so
relaxing.
beautiful.
He's completely different.
Yeah, most of my style of meditation is more visualization. My imagination is crazy, so it's um, basically just visualizing everything that I'm doing. If it comes to aligning my chakras or sending energy to a certain area using mudras and whatnot, I can visualize that, and energy flows where attention goes. So it just makes it that much easier for me. And when I'm explaining that to like in the meditation group, it also helps them be able to visualize and feel what they're doing. Everyone's kind of different. Some of us feel it, some of us can see it, and so I feel like incorporating different elements in that, but still having that strong visualization is what I like. It's what I like. It's my style.
Mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we are definitely proponents and advocates of meditation. Um, so
Mhm.
when it comes to that, like, what do you feel are some of the key benefits, and what would you recommend to beginners for those looking to start their journey? Because oftentimes we hear questions like, "Oh, I don't know how to meditate," or "Where do I start?" or "Am I doing this right?" Things like that. So what would you recommend to beginners so they can start their journey when it comes to meditation?
For a beginner, I would say even start as low as 5 minutes, and you can even just concentrate on your breath, breathing in through your nostrils, using your thumb to let out of one nostril, using your pinky to open into another one. And that's just an easy breath technique, but it keeps you focused on your inhalations and exhalations, and that can put you into a meditative state just on its own there. And you can
Right.
start with 5 minutes. I know a lot of people minds wander. When I first started, I was like, why is this? Why can't I meditate? But it was just me learning to quiet my mind. And then once people are able to do that, they'll see that they can go deeper inside themselves. I think a lot of people are trying to go outward when they meditate, but if they
Mhm.
focus on themselves and go inward and focus on their breath, I think they'll see better results. And then they can go outward after they learn that, I guess, how to go the inward, basically.
Mhm. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Personally, I would say I would take a different approach, more so just I would ask that person, what do you like to do in your day? Like, and I'm pretty sure either if someone likes to take a walk, I know we're here in Colorado, so everybody loves to hike. And that's just a big, big thing. But everyone has a dog or something, or they love taking a shower. So I would say find that thing that you love to do. If you like to take a shower, you take a shower every day. Just maybe start meditating in the shower, connecting with the water. Like sit there, have a few breaths, or if you like to go on a hike, maybe listening to a walking meditation while you're taking a hike, or listen to just the sound of the birds and just connecting more so with whatever they already like to do. Just let them
Mhm.
know, a lot of people, I don't have time to meditate. I can't meditate, I just don't, I can't do it. So it's just finding those things that you're already doing and add meditation to that. Because honestly, with my busy schedule, I can't say I always have time to just sit down and meditate. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to do it while I'm walking. If I'm walking the dog or if I'm taking the baby out on the swing, and just every push, I'm like, okay, I can get into that flow. And so that would be my advice, just bringing it with you wherever you go. It's something that you can do anywhere.
Mm.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the things you said, Melvin, just backtracking, is alternative nostril breathing. That alone, I just have to speak on that because as soon as you mentioned that, I was like,
Crazy.
well, that's a crazy way to actually put yourself actually in a trance when you're doing that, especially when you're switching back and forth, and once you really have like a clear nasal passage when you're doing that practice, that really, really helps like a great deal. Um, when it comes to um, the importance of ancestor work, right? Can you share some tips or some of your philosophies when it comes to ancestral and deity altar work in your practice?
Yeah. So we have our ancestor altar up in our, not in our bedroom, but like our little walk-in closet. Um, Working with your ancestors, to me, from my experience, has been very beneficial. It's been very humbling, and I've noticed changes within myself by empowering my ancestors. Um, just like Chi taught us, the stronger your ancestors get, the stronger you get because they, live within you. So you're basically, every time you empower them, I envision it as you're putting your ancestors on this pedestal, but you're at the top of it. So every time they go up, so do you. And it's important to show them love. Like on the other side, a lot of our ancestors, they were Christians or, some even atheists or whatever. And not to put down anyone's beliefs, but it's just that they really didn't have a spiritual knowing of what would be happening on the other side. So they need your help now that you have the knowledge for it. And shoot, in our family, we the only two that, help our ancestors. So we got a lot of work to do. But we teaching our daughter to work with ancestors. She comes with me. We swap out their waters. We got little gummies set up for the Lord Ganesha and my granny. So we got a whole pack of gummies, and she wanna take those out, fill them back up with fresh gummies, fresh water.
I love it.
You know, as Sunday, Jasmine made a full pancake breakfast for them and some eggs. And so we just light a candle, and sometimes I'll be in there just talking. When I'm creating my pendants and stuff, I'll put on a lecture from Chief, and I'll light a candle up, and I'm like, "Yo, this is my teacher. I don't know if y'all are into this, but if you want, come and listen and learn something with me while I make these pendants. You know what I mean? Or sometimes I just put on like Prince or Jackson 5. My grandma loved Michael Jackson, so I just light a candle and we jam out together. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a whole good time, and I feel amazing after those times. And so I feel like it's very important. Your ancestors can help you, they can protect you, they can guide you, send you messages, send you ideas. Like they're your first line of defense. So you should always honor your ancestors and give them energy. Earn ancestor money, give them food. If you're cooking a nice family meal, give them a plate. It's water. You know what I mean? It'll help you in the long run.
Many people are leaving cookies out for Santa, but they're not checking in with their ancestors.
Now, that's an excellent point. That is an excellent point.
So.
Um, yeah, strengthening the ancestors. You guys hit the nail on the head. It is a powerful practice, and it means the world. It really does. Um, if we look at all cultures everywhere, they have some sort of ancestral practice that they do, and we've through what we've all been through, and this Western and Western practices, we've gotten away from honoring our ancestors, and that's where a great deal of our power lies in doing so. In honoring our ancestors, we actually honor ourselves. And so, yeah, that's pretty powerful. That's a pretty powerful thing to do. Jasmine, one of the questions I have for you, it looks like you practice Reiki.
Yes, I've been trained in Reiki.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you share a bit of your journey and like what led you to practicing Reiki?
Okay. Well, so that's a really interesting question. So basically, all the way up until this year, maybe last year, it was last year, maybe. I was like, I really don't need to be attuned for Reiki. I don't really, it's not necessarily, my thing. I already know what my hands can do. I already know that I'm a healer. I know energetically I can pull energy down. I can do all of these things. But someone so dear to me was teaching, and I was like, you know what? If there's any time to do it, now is the time. So I decided to do the course, and it's beautiful. I love the energy that I felt. I believe that certain people can really be masters with this Reiki energy. However, I don't necessarily feel that it's a modality that I need to be using, or I feel like I have more strength in other areas than Reiki.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it's beautiful, angelic, wonderful, relaxing feeling. However, it's not a practice that I use on a regular basis. I started really using it on my daughter a lot because she's very spirited, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help calm her down. A lot
Mhm.
of the time I got yelled at. She would be very upset with me. And the thing with Reiki is you have to ask for permission. So I was like, oh goodness. And then stop doing that. So she could feel it. Even if we're laying down, like she would be, stop, don't do it. Like, okay, all right, just okay, this is not for me.
That's amazing.
That's crazy, huh?
Man,
She's a
y'all,
young, spirited little one. Whew.
she coming to the tribal event. Y'all gonna see.
I am hopeful. I'm hopeful that she will cooperate. She is
That's awesome.
a
She
very
sounds
big
like an old
personality.
spirit.
Yeah, she
Oh,
do.
yeah,
Oh, very
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Mhm.
Very much.
She's
Um,
like, I already know. I came here knowing. I don't need that right now.
It really is that way.
That's
From I
powerful.
think a week after she was conceived, we knew. I knew. I told him I was like, this is a force. I can feel it. I know this is happening, and I'm afraid of this little one.
oh
Wow.
wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
will
is.
tell
That
you a
is.
really
Uh,
interesting story. So when I was carrying her, I used to do a lot of Reiki circles,
Mhm.
and one of my good friends actually called her to do it with me, and we've been very connected with this little soul since she was conceived. And I actually got to see her in her adult form doing Reiki
oh
on
wow.
me
Whoa.
while I was carrying her. And we both have seen her in many lives, and yes, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy. I got
Okay.
a
Okay,
got a
that's
reading. I got a reading before she was born about her, and the lady was saying, she came back to help you on your mission,
Yes.
and she is, a goddess of healing and very intuitive, and she's here to assist you, but she is very old, and all of that is true. She she's a special one for sure.
mm.
She's one of the reasons why I don't practice Reiki as much too. So to
Mm.
bring that
Ah.
around, the
Okay.
yelling at me.
They teach us. They teach us, like you
Yes.
said, she yelled at you and it sparked, oh, okay, I need to ask permission.
Right.
Yes.
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 Okay.
I just learned a valuable lesson.
Indeed,
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
indeed.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It
Um,
is very important.
Going back into Reiki and actually just combining into when it comes to Reiki and meditation, do you guys feel that they complement each other when it comes to that the type of work you all do, the type of healing work that you all offer?
I do personally. I personally don't do Reiki. We do. I don't even know how to explain it.
Intuitive
I
healing.
guess yeah, that intuitive healing. But we just with the meditations and just energy work in general, I feel like those are great complementaries because you get more sensitive to the energy with
Mhm.
meditation and you're able to feel more. Some people have the gift of being able to see. And so I feel like meditation really hones in and sharpens your energetic abilities or skills
Mhm.
per se.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying on, I think, what was it? Not the live last week, maybe our first live? No, our second live. The second live, um, because it was dealing with spirit communication, whichever one that was.
That was last week. Last week.
Okay, so last week I was talking about the book Spirit Communication by Raymond Buckland, and
Mhm.
how he says that if he was to give away all his magical practices, all of the practices that he engages in, and he would only be able to keep one, the one he would keep is meditation.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
I remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because with meditation, it covers so many things. It covers spiritual protection. It covers
Mhm.
self awareness, um, connecting with your guides, connecting with your higher self, connecting with your holy guardian angels. So many different things. Spirit. Different spirits that you may work with or that may be interested in working with you. You can get those insights through meditation. Um, Meditation helps you to become self-aware. It's so many different things. So he was explaining that in that book, Spirit Communication. So when we were looking at a lot of the things, a lot of your offerings, it was like, okay, this is all in alignment. The messages um, on Cosmic Consciousness Radio have
Hmm.
have been um, blaringly loud to everybody, and it's been meditation has been key
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
a lot of people, and so
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like it's a necessity at this point.
Oh
And
Yeah,
yes.
it is,
it is.
it
In
is
this current climate with so much stuff going on, I absolutely
Right.
1000% agree. Quiet the mind.
yes, quiet the mind, especially when we are being bombarded and attacked by people controlling media and all of the different things that are going on in the world. They can be mentally invasive, and
oh
they
Mhm.
can
yeah.
cause a lot of they can be mentally traumatizing, and a lot of
Hmm.
that trauma can be healed just through meditation. And so yeah,
Mhm.
that's super
That is
powerful,
so
and that's a
true.
powerful offering. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
So,
oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say you go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay, okay. So you both lead a monthly group meditation circle, and how has that experience been for you and the community in which you serve?
Oh man,
Beautiful.
it's been amazing. We've met some pretty amazing individuals. Um, and just the community that you feel. They walk in, I'm already there setting up a crystal grid or something for
Mhm.
help with communication or whatever. And as soon as they walk in, you just
Okay.
see the smile on their face. There's like, I've waited all month for this. I'm so happy to see you guys. Like man, it makes you feel really good. And then just to be able to sit in a circle with these individuals and build up this positive energy, we all put something in the circle that we want to, meditate on. Some people doing love and protection. I always put my family in there, and we all just combine our energy. We build Captain Planet in there. Our power
Okay.
combined.
Oh, that's so clean.
Everybody,
That is
you
so
just leave
clean.
feeling recharged. It's like everyone puts their batteries in the middle, and we all get charged up, and we're able to take that with us through our month. And we're partnering up with a guy from my job to where we can do meditations more often and not just once a month. And so, we got
Mm,
a lot of things coming up, but we just strategically building it up. But it is a beautiful feeling.
Wow.
that's amazing. We
So
we definitely gonna have to link up on some things
yes, indeed.
in the future.
Yes, indeed. That is so powerful. Um, Meditation is super powerful. And just from that one, just from the nucleus, the power that comes from the nucleus affects and it reverberates all throughout the community, the city, the state, the world. And so, yeah, that's one of the things that we try to convey in our biweekly prayer sessions with the
Mhm.
tribe is
Mhm.
that this is powerful. And we may not be able to see it immediately, like the effects may not be filled immediately, but there's a group, and you guys may want to look this up a little bit. But there's a group called the Maharishi, and the Maharishi is a group of Buddhists that and they did studies that when they meditate in various cities, the crime rate goes down over a period of time. Their meditation, them meditating there on a regular basis has caused the crime rate to go down. So look
Wow.
into it. It's the Maharishi.
The
What a
Maharishi effect. Yep,
Maharishi.
I gotta
That's power in community, power in numbers.
look it up.
Yes.
it is.
That's the big thing with us going to the circle. Like, there'll be something weird. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling weird. I'm feeling anxious. Like, and I just run. And it's just like, okay, I'm going to make it feel better. I'm going to calm down. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to ignore it. Just all of this monkey mind going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got kind of go and I'll share it with the circle. This has kind of been what I've been working on. And I'm hoping to clear this energy out or something. And then going around and I see 6 different people, 7 different people who are having the same experiences that I'm having. It's like, oh, it's not just me. Collectively, we're feeling some energy. And then we say, okay, maybe there's something else going on, and we're just sensitive enough to draw it in. While we're here together, let's go ahead and put love on this. Love ourselves, like, just bring
Now.
this energy around.
Yeah.
So for me, it's nice to know that I'm not the only one. I know it's kind of selfish to say, but it's like I'm not the only one, but we know
We
what to do.
identify with this. We
Right.
know it.
Yes. So that makes it nice having a community of people. It's not just doom and gloom. It's, hey, we can turn this around.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. And it is that is truly tapping into the collective conscious. And meditation helps us to do that more. And so it's like and it's truly a Buddhist concept. Not the aspect in which people believe that Buddhism is a religion, but the aspect in which it is enlightenment and it is really self-discovery and self-initiation and being able to go inside the self, meditate, and connect to the all, which we are all connected to. So,
Yes.
wow.
Mm-hmm. You were
That's
saying that
powerful
earlier.
right there. Yeah. We're literally all just like little raindrops in a sea of consciousness. What I mean? We all come from source, which is like the ocean, but we are in not even individuals, but us as we know ourselves, we're just little itty bitty
Mhm.
raindrops. You know what I mean? So yeah, to just connect with the all. Right.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Absolutely,
indeed.
absolutely. And shout out to everybody in the chats, to
Hey,
Plenty of
plenty of
Gifts.
gifts.
Yes.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
everybody. Welcome to the show.
Look, we was
Yeah, we had a good old time.
Welcome to the show. Yes, indeed.
Yes, thank you. What do you say, Brother Melvin and Sister Jasmine, Sister Jasmine, Brother Soul Knowledge and Sister Righteous? You all have that magical, magnificent magnetism. Thank you all. Thank
Thank
Thank you.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
All right. So let's see. This is a good one I have here. Melvin,
Yes,
your
ma'am.
first class was on spiritual protection.
Yeah.
Why do you think that topic is so important?
Man.
Man.
All right. Y'all seen Spider-Man, the one with, I think it's Spider-Man 2 with Venom and the symbiote, and how it's like that black goo and it's just jumping from everyone to everyone, turning everyone
Mhm,
into basically the
mhm,
venom or negative. I see that as how the negative energy in the world works. And if you just out
Okay.
here raw
mhm,
dogging life, you gonna get tagged up by the symbiote, you know what I mean? Somebody that's angry at the red light cussing you out because
mm,
you feeling this energy, or you at work and that lady just went off on you, and now she transferred that energy to you, and then you coming home, you ain't even cleanse
mm,
yourself, you ain't do nothing, you yelling at your wife,
mhm,
you yelling at the kids. Kids done got a whooping for whatever reason, you know, they ain't even do that. It's spreading all that negative energy. So if you can protect yourself and shield yourself with light, that was
mhm.
the main theme of it, shielding yourself with light. And I got to give props to Chief for just
Yes,
keep
indeed.
reiterating that, you know,
Yeah.
being the warriors of the light, you got to teach people about the light and defend yourself with the light. And, you know, just saying mantras, you know, shoot, anointing yourself before you go. We got
Mhm.
helm of balls all over the place, crystal grays and stuff. It's just, you ain't gonna go on the battlefield with a t-shirt and some jeans on. You gonna want, you know, a helmet,
Some
sword,
arm.
vest, you know, some
Mhm,
armor. You know what I mean? So just the negativity is working overtime to try to get to you, especially if
mhm,
they see that you can make great change in the world. They trying to get you, so you got to shield yourself. And even if you know you're not, you still need to be shielded because man, it is crazy out here. Like,
It
It
is
is.
crazy out
It
it's
here.
is.
wild,
It
and
is crazy out here.
a lot of people live in, you know, more negative places than others, so they really need to be protecting themselves. And so that was
Mhm.
the main thing is, you know, protecting yourself with like saying these mantras, saying these divine prayers. The main thing for me has been the Ismisa Vajaya Dharani. That
Yes.
is,
Yes.
I can't even put into words how powerful this, you know,
Yeah.
mantra, sutra, divine world prayer is. And so if yeah, I can go on and on about it, but yeah, just
Man.
protect yourself,
Mhm.
shield yourself with light.
Mm.
Yeah. The Unaya, the prayer of
Misa
greater miracles.
Vajaya Durrani.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. The prayer of greater miracles is very powerful.
That is powerful.
When I first heard it, like it definitely like evoked a strong sense of emotion
Mm.
with it, and yeah, it's super super powerful. Um, One of the things that I learned since speaking of protection from righteous, shout out to righteous, right?
Hey,
In
shout out
times
right
of peace, prepare for war. So
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
there.
yes.
Wait, what was
But
that you said? In times of peace?
prepare for
Prepare
war.
for war in times of peace.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
absolutely.
indeed. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. Um, so one of the questions I had for Jasmine is that you are starting programs, you have programs for kids, teaching children spirituality. Yes.
Yes, yes. My two Jaden and Gigi kind of give me a lot of practice with that. But yes, dreaming roots. Now we're still in the baby stages of it. I want it to grow to be something so much larger where I can reach children all over the world. But right now, it's just getting them out, getting them in nature, and teaching them that everything has a spirit, you know, and just connecting with that spirit so they can connect with themselves a lot more. Um, and having a very spirited daughter, that also helps her. Um, Whenever she's going through something really big, she's able to breathe and kind of notice where those feelings are coming from, but also teaching her again the altar work as well, teaching yoga. Um, she's
All money
oh
pit,
my,
man.
yes, that's her favorite. And it was funny because we, for a really long time, we were listening to that every night and we were chanting, and she would fall asleep chanting.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
And then we stopped for a little and we were listening to like piano music. And now she's like, no, Omana Pinamaha Mama, I want to listen to, or she'll get like frustrated. She'll just kind of start to chant, or she'll just kind of take herself and calm herself. And I'm guessing that she can really feel the difference in
Mm,
herself. And
wow.
so basically, it's just teaching children that, but we do want it to grow. I don't know if you're familiar with Miss Rachel. An instructor. She's really good with educational things for kids and sign language and all of those things for toddlers and preschoolers. But I like to say, I'm like, I'm gonna be the Yona Ama. It's like Miss Rachel, and I'm going to connect children with spirituality more, so they're not having to relearn kind of the things that we're having to relearn and to kind of discard those things. She'll
Mm,
already have that as a part of her. And she
mm,
won't have those certain obstacles. Not to say that life is going to be easy. She's
mhm,
strong-willed, so
mhm,
she's gonna have her bumps in the road, but at least that part of connecting with spirit on
mm,
a large level, she will be able to do, and she'll know that she has access to that information. Because spirituality, we didn't really talk about, we talked about religion, we talked about Jesus Christ and the
mhm.
Bible, but anything other than that, it
That's
was
it.
no, like
Mhm,
there's nothing. Right. So,
mhm,
even something as simple as having her know that, hey, yoga is a part of it. Or if you're feeling, all of these emotions, all this ups and downs, you can go ground. You can
mm,
connect with the earth, and that's going to heal you. Or if you have some energy that you don't know what to do with, go take it to the earth. Like, so I find it important not only teaching her, but teaching her peers, teaching her friend group. They're going to be carrying this flame. Once
mhm.
we're gone, they're going to be
These new
picking it up.
kids,
So,
something else, man. So I think they're gonna pick it up way faster than we did.
Yeah,
So this next generation
yes.
they
will
are.
take over for sure.
Hmm.
Mhm. They are built. They are built to take things. They are built to
Yes.
grasp things way faster than us.
Yes.
Their little fingers are made different.
Everything. Everything.
I used to make a joke about my daughter because she texts so fast, right? But I came
Oh.
from a time where we still had rotary phones and we had payphones.
Yeah, for real
Not
though.
rotary phones. Oh
And it's
man.
like, how are you texting that fast? And I'm looking at her fingers and I'm like, oh, your fingers have been modified for
Yeah.
texting.
Hmm.
You were
Yes.
born, you're an upgraded model. You were born.
Oh wow. Stop.
That's real
Oh
though.
man.
That's
That's
how
a
they
good
are.
metaphor.
They are made
Yep.
for it. Mhm. They will remember way
Absolutely.
better than we will.
Moving forward into therapy and sacred medicine, um, there's currently a growing interest when it comes to plant medicine. What do you all, as Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries, recommend that people should know before approaching these sacred tools and medicines and practices?
Oh, you are.
Sure. I would say have yourself at a making sure you have a safe. Well, it depends. Are you just like, I'm gonna go for it and just kind of like all caution to the wind? But if that's not the type of life you want to live, I would say make sure you have some type of schedule where you are able to meditate. making sure your environment is safe. If you're in a not safe environment or without, there are a lot of unhoused people here. If you have no home, like you're watching your back, all of these things, I would say maybe that's not the time for you to, take some sacred medicines.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you have that meditative foundation and a safe space and that a person there to help you if you're new to it, I would say that's when it would be safe. But don't just start doing it because it's a trend.
Oh yeah,
That's careless.
that's my thing is don't just do this to try to. I want to see crazy colors, and they told me that gnomes gonna be popping around the corner and stuff. Those this is not for that. You're doing this to go inside of yourself, and if you have traumas, you're able to see them firsthand and take those on, face them on head on. When I did mushrooms, before I did it, I prayed to the mushrooms and I asked to meet the king of the mushrooms, to get his permission to work with
Oh,
mushrooms.
oh
And you know
wow.
what's crazy,
Wow.
man? You know what's
Okay.
crazy? I met, I don't know if he was the king of the mushrooms, but I met this man that was a mushroom and he looked super old and everything was a mushroom. It was literally like Mushroom Kingdom. And I asked him, can I have his permission to work with him with this? And he said yes. And after that, I was just exploring this Mushroom Kingdom. But I wouldn't say just do it just for experiences like that,
Mhm.
but just that alone, I went inside myself to have that experience and speak with a part of myself. And don't do it just for experience. Have some sort of knowledge of what you're doing. Make sure that it's safe from a reputable source. I recommend you grow it yourself. I'm a firm
Mhm.
believer in you growing your own medicine, or at least from someone you're close with. They put
Mhm.
love and care into this.
Mhm.
Whenever you grow stuff like that, you're putting your energy into this. So if you're just doing it just for money, the mushrooms know that.
Mhm.
The
That's a fact.
medicine knows that
Mhm.
they have a spirit themselves, and it's stuff is real, y'all. Like,
Super intelligent.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Let, let me
yeah,
let
Very
me just say
high
this.
intelligence.
I
Mhm.
have to kind of butt in a little bit. Listen, they know before you take them what is going on. All right. It's
Mhm.
so crazy. It's just like how the quote unquote mycelium network communicates before you even get ready to go on your trip. So, like you said, they absolutely know when you're getting ready, when you're trying to do something for money or anything like that. And it's always good to approach it from a more um, balanced, and I wouldn't say just spiritual, but
Grounded.
yeah, a grounded approach. A
Mhm.
definitely a grounded approach. I know you got something to add more to it as well, Righteous. So go ahead and get it out. But I had to get that out. I had to get that out. When you said King of Mushrooms, I was like, all
We was both like, what? Oh yeah, the king of mushrooms, huh? So in my journeys, something that I've been kind of like, I'm a scientist when it comes to different things. I've always been this way. I've been this way since I was a little girl. Like I've been wanting to know how things work and why they work that way, and just really delving into the analytics. Um, Something that I've seen is the machine elves. Have you
yes.
the machine elves that
yes,
are present? So I've been analyzing, I've been trying to figure out in my own mind who are the machine elves, because I see them pretty much every time. Every time I go on a journey, I see the machine elves. Um, and so I've been thinking, who are they really? We call them that, but what is that? What are they really? Because depending upon how well I've detoxed or prepared myself for my journey, like how many days I fasted, did I ever break the fast, my mental, what place I'm in mentally when I'm going
Hmm.
on the journey, like depending on how disciplined I was versus how I may have slipped up and I may have not fasted as long as I initially intended to, that is what determines what type of machine elf I will see. And I was listening to was I listening or I was reading something on Reddit? I might have been reading something on Reddit, and one of the people were saying that there's the elves. Okay, it might have been a YouTube video. The elves that taunt you, they taunt you because you haven't fully let go of something. You're leaning more towards a lower vibration than you are a higher vibration. If you're fine, because sometimes I would see the elves jump at me and like just kind of, and they would taunt me. Okay, and there's going to be another part to this. So I would see the elves jump at me, and there was one in particular that has a really long tongue, and then there's different colors, different geometric shapes. There's black and white, and then there's bright reds and all different colors, and the colors appear to be spinning at different times. And so this particular elf is jumping at me and like taunting me, and it's like now I'm so used to him now. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a part of the process. Okay, I'm gonna see this face for a period of time as I transfer from third dimension to the next dimension that I'm going through, because when you're on mushrooms and you're journeying, you're crossing over dimensions. And so as you go through that portal, that's when the machine elves appear. And so when I start seeing that one, I know, okay, this is what's happening. But then there's times when I've been really disciplined, and I've been like really serious, like I need answers to something. This is what I want to see. I have a certain goal in mind, and I'm really structured about it. And then I see all kinds of other beautiful things. The elves, there's the colors are brighter. There's more of them as I'm going through the portal, as I'm traveling. I'm seeing different things, and the journey takes on a different shape. But I said all that to say, like, where was I going? Yeah.
I do have a question. Do you think you're connected to these elves? Like, since you always see them on your journeys, like they're like spirit guide of some sort?
You know, I've had all kinds of hypotheses about what the elves could possibly be. Like, are they angels? Because the angels appear in different forms. Are they guardians? Are they guardians? Like, is there a gate as you're journeying? Is there a gate you go through and they are the guardians? Because eventually they disappear, and then you're open to
all the information.
You're open to cosmic consciousness. You enter into a place where there is truly no time. So if you are lucid enough to think to yourself, okay, I want to go into the past, you can go into the past. You can be present, and you can go into the future, because in that space, time is not present. And so, like, I have been thinking, like, what could this possibly be in relationship to me? But I also see spirits and all kinds of different things. So,
I got a lot going on.
Like, how that might relate to me personally, because I have seen other people talk about the same thing and have that similar experience. But yeah, the elves are a very interesting part. They're a very interesting part of my process. And only once I've taken ayahuasca a few times, and we talked about this on our very first show. So it's interesting that how do we keep coming back to this conversation?
It's time.
I'll tell you how. Because it's that energy. Like Brother Plenty said, that magnetizing energy that we have, like just with one another. You know, back when we met each other at the tribal event last year, I should say. it was just a overall energy, and we probably have an unconscious knowing in regards to it, like whatever association we've had in past lives, like that energy comes to the surface when we're having these conversations. So yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yeah, so I think, okay, what was my question initially? What it was supposed to be was, what role do you see sacred medicine playing in the healing process, especially in a therapeutic setting?
Man, I see it as being a key component for a lot of people's mental healing. A lot of people that are going through mental things, especially when I was like, you just feel lost. You didn't know really what was going on. You just looking for answers, and no one outside of yourself
Oops.
has the true answer of what you're going through. So if you can use this medicine as a teacher and a guide to go within yourself, you'll be able to get all these answers. Like the first time I did DMT, man, I can't even, I don't know if this was God or not, but the love that I felt from, and it was just like this pink light. I'm floating in space and there is this pink light and it just envelops me in its light. And I've never felt love like this in my entire life. It felt like there was this one time I was a kid and I stepped on a nail outside. I went in and like went through my shoe and it like stuck me real deep. And my mom pulled it out, she kissed my foot, it's like it's gonna be okay. We went to the hospital, all that, but she just gave me so much love at that moment. It felt like that's times infinity. Like I was just in the presence of this. It felt like universal love. And at that time, I was such an angry individual. Had a lot of hate in my heart, and I needed to feel that. I needed that. That's what I needed at that time. And I feel like with sacred medicine, it's gonna be the key component to give people what they need at that very moment in time, whether they have to go through the darkness to face themselves or they see they feel unconditional love. They get some sort of deep insight or revelation into what's going on in their life. They, you know, who knows? I just feel like the answer will be brought up for you with sacred medicine, if you respect it. Not if you just, mixing ayahuasca and a shot of henny. You know what I mean? Like, it's really just being respectful with it and using it as what it's intended for healing. Yeah, I think that's.
That we've learned is definitely to respect the medicine. Respect the medicine is very important in terms of, being on this path and utilizing these tools and resources. So, absolutely, absolutely. Um, when it comes to um, the growing interest and the growing interest in plant medicine. What do you hope to accomplish through this partnerships of, the businesses or the other organizations out there in Colorado and the medicine sessions?
Guys, check this out. I am so excited about it. So the dude that we're partnering up with, me and my
Mhm.
best friend Mason had this vision like 2, 3 years ago about starting a mental health gym, a place where people can go, they can meditate, do yoga, have different brain teaser games there. They can sound bathe. They can have an organized room where you can just go and meditate, just different things. And partnering up with these guys, we're going to be opening up a wellness center where people can go and have a mental health alternative to, depression, drugs, and all that stuff. You can come
Mm.
here. We got, different teas and herbs that you can use, different you want to go and take a sound bath, and then right after that, hop in this yoga class. And then after that, do a guided meditation with us. We got you. And, certain days and events we're partnering up with a therapist that is licensed to administer psychedelics in Colorado. And so I'll be learning how to make ayahuasca myself. be
Oh
learning like
yeah.
how to grow San Pedro, like all this different stuff. And they're passing laws in Colorado to make all this stuff legal. So it's not like we're, you know, having to do all this crazy stuff and jumping through hoops, but we're also bringing healing to the people. Like if this is something that you really want to do, you know what I mean? Like come, you can be a part of this. Like that's the main vision. That's the end goal is to have these retreats to where we can go teach these classes, do yoga on the top of a mountain at sunrise, and come back to camp and we go on a journey together. That's the end goal for. Yeah, I just see it as being something extremely beautiful, helpful, and beneficial. We just got to get all the right pieces, components, and players together. But we're gonna be doing this. It's gonna be great.
Mm.
Like it's gonna be amazing.
I would say a lot of people, not just these group, like a lot of people that we're coming into contact with, or it's people that are finding us have this same desire, this same vision, and have a different element that they can bring forth to grow this vision. And that's the really beautiful thing. And the cool part about it is we don't really have to do much. We just have to keep listening and keep walking those steps that are meant for us to walk and being obedient and faithful. And everyone that's meant to be a part of this will magnetize like we've been doing.
Mhm.
Everybody's working on that same frequency. So
Yeah,
it's
it's crazy. It's like everyone has their own puzzle piece, and they don't know what this puzzle piece goes to. You just see this little itty bitty picture
Mhm,
on it, but you like, dang. And then you meet four other people, and y'all putting y'all puzzle pieces together,
mhm,
and just making this picture that's legible. And you're like, all right, we got this piece, and then you meet these other five people, and y'all put y'all pieces to the puzzle together, and now you're seeing this bigger picture, the grand scheme of things. So we just putting the puzzle pieces together to build a bigger picture.
Mm. Yeah. Olathe says full spectrum retreat center, which is
Yeah,
exactly what came to me.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, and Plenty of Gifts says it looks like I'm going to plan a West Coast trip soon.
Hey, come out to the mountains,
Yay!
baby.
Yeah, I feel like it's some type
Beautiful.
of spirit out there or something when it comes to Colorado because you guys are getting a
Man,
lot of perks out that way.
yo, it is.
Mhm.
It's something out here. I ain't gonna
Something.
lie. Moving out here was the best decision I ever made in my life. And every time
Oh,
I go back to Florida, it feels so heavy there. Like the energy is
Mhm.
heavy. I don't wanna.
mm.
I go there and it's like I'm already ready to go home.
Ooh.
And it's like when I'm back in Colorado, you see the mountains flying in, you driving back home and you just looking at straight mountains. I was like,
Mm.
it's the spirit of Colorado. It is beautiful and refreshing,
Mhm.
and you can't help but find yourself here. Like
Right.
it's
Yes.
gonna happen one way or another.
I
Yes.
even look at the people, and you go to the gym or you drive down the street and you just see there are 80, 90, 100-year-old people in a gym working out, still moving, still healthy, still vibrant. And I'm like, this is what I want for my future. I want to I want to be vibrant. I want to be alive and able to move. I don't want to be sitting and stuck in the house and sad and depressed or just complaining, oh, this hurts, this hurts, this hurts. This is I have to go
Mm.
to the doctor. It's so and that's a lot of the energy that we see in Florida in our home. And it's sad because we do feel it when we're there and we feel refreshed once we return here. So please come and have a visit. You're gonna love it.
Mm.
Yeah, like that energy is territorial, man. And I feel like a lot of places in the South have that heavy negative energy. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And it's like you can feel it, man. It literally feel like I'm wearing a weight vest while I'm in Florida.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's
Oh yes.
insane.
Wow.
And it's not just the humidity.
A little bit of a sidebar is I know that myself and Righteous, we actually have some really good planetary lines out that way in Colorado. Hence us
We
having a
do.
conversation.
Mhm.
I think what either my sun line and your Jupiter line runs through Colorado. So yeah,
Telling y'all, once y'all see the mountains, man, it's it's gonna blow your mind.
I lived in when I was talking about organizing, that's something that I probably wanted to mention. Maybe that's what took me there, but I lived in what is it? I lived in Colorado. I lived in Aurora.
Oh,
Oh snap!
wow.
And I
It's like an
worked
hour and a
in
half
So
away from
good.
us.
Boulder and Westminster.
yeah, I remember Boulder.
You were
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
close.
Yeah,
And
you
Wow.
live in front
this
of
was like,
yeah, you real close.
this was several years ago. Yeah, this was back in 2007.
Oh
Oh,
dang!
wow.
And I moved
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah, and it took me a while to adjust. Um, I was staying by myself in a hotel. This is when I was working with the union. But I was staying by myself and I didn't realize that I needed to drink a lot more water because of the altitude. And so
Mm-hmm.
I passed out.
What?
And I just passed
Wow.
out. But luckily I came to. I had like, it was like I had just got to the room and I hadn't even put on my clothes to go to sleep or anything. I still had on my outside clothes and everything. I just passed out because I was dehydrated.
Oh, wow.
Woke up looking like
Okay.
yesterday.
Aside from that, it was absolutely beautiful. It was wonderful. I had a good time. I had a really good time. I went to the Walmart. And after I went to the Walmart and talked to the people that lived there, talked to the residents, oh, it was wonderful after that.
Right.
I had a supervisor who drove me around, and his car was made from, it took garbage. He used garbage to fuel
Oh,
his car.
Okay.
And so it was a pretty amazing place. Boulder's a lot like Berkeley, California. Um,
yeah, it is pretty
I went to
Mm-hmm.
upscale.
there was a lot of different beautiful shops, like
Mm-hmm.
homes that had been converted to like coffee shops and bookstores and things like that. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that group there, and I really loved it. It was a really beautiful community, and they really welcomed me. And I do have, I think I have a Sun and a Jupiter line that goes through Colorado.
Yeah,
So
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
okay.
yeah, we're looking at Colorado. Colorado is pretty beautiful.
yeah, it
It
is.
is.
It's pretty nice.
Yes.
All right.
So
So, moving into modern spirituality and the future of Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries, what do you think are the biggest spiritual challenges for people that they face today in this current paradigm that we're in?
Fear,
mm,
fear,
Mm,
fear of being different, fear of doing something new, fear of family or friends judging you or losing them for them not respecting your beliefs. Just, and I guess I'm speaking with myself and
mhm.
what I see. It's fear.
mm,
Yeah, I can see that. And a lot of people not wanting to see the truth. Like you know what, low key, you know what your problem is. You know,
mm,
you may need a little light shined on it, but you know the general vicinity of what's
mhm,
going on. And a
Hmm.
lot of people just turn a blind eye to that. Like I know we know a lot of people that can't be alone or in quietness. They always got to be with somebody, or they got to have the TV on. They got to be distracted by something.
mhm,
We're looking to, put that mirror in front of your face, show yourself what the issue is, and then move past that. We're like she's saying, move past fear. Fear is the biggest thing that we're trying to show people that it's just an illusion. Once you face it head on, like it's really not as bad as you think it
Hmm.
mhm. I can definitely see both of what you were saying. That fear of judgment, especially from your family, it can be crippling at times. It can definitely stifle your growth. Once you discover something in this new spiritual paradigm and you're ready to expose your gifts to the world, and then you have that that negative inner voice caring about what your family might think, that fear of judgment, and that fear of judgment is heavy all by itself. That's why you find, I believe, so many people that get on a certain spiritual path. That's why you start to find that they move away from their families. Are we frozen? Oh, okay.
No, I see you.
Okay. But yeah, that fear of judgment, I think it has been that for me. For me, it had been crippling, and it had been stagnant. Mm-hmm. And so being able to garner the courage to get past that, it takes a lot. So once again, I applaud you all for being another beacon of encouragement in that endeavor, because we need it. We need it. It is challenging. It's challenging to move forward alone. Yes, indeed. So let me see. How do you both support each other spiritually as a couple? Are we frozen again? We're freezing a little bit.
No, you're good.
It got better, yeah. But I think we kind of challenge each other to be better. I don't want to say to be better, but to put in the spiritual work. Um, even with our day-to-day things going on, it's always you can do, have you done this? Or if there's no, it's not necessarily making a person feel bad about it, but it's like, like Jasmine gives me so much time to work on classes or go meditate or to create my products and stuff. Like she's putting me in a position to where I can lead effortlessly and not have to worry about the side things. And then in turn, it makes it to where we have a more cohesive environment for ourselves.
That's beautiful.
So that's my perspective anyway.
I would say with him, he's with it being so strong with protection. He is very protective. There we go. I'm back. He's very protective of the family, and whether it's doing rituals for protection or placing protection around the home, or just even before we're going to bed, making sure that element of protection is there. Like with me, I'm doing a lot of the busy work. My meditations are not always seated. Like, I'm doing a lot of the busy work, and he kind of really helps bring that balance in with just being that figure. And for a while, I wasn't at a space mentally where I could even set up like a physical altar. Like having moved, and I was like displaced, and just kind of like everything in my energy was like, I can't do this right now. And the support that he's shown, just holding that space for our family, and that was very, very helpful. So he gets time to do a lot of the trainings and bringing information back, and just or saying, hey, like, we have this at this time, or doing more of the classes, and just kind of both feed off of one another. So I appreciate you.
Aww, so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Like I was saying earlier, that is so important, and it's such a gift to be able to have that teammate to work through these transitions with, and to power your journey. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer.
Yes, it really is.
So, really quickly, we're gonna go to we're gonna have a little commercial break, really quick, just a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna come right back.
Okay.
For a limited time only, you can take advantage of our special offer on our detailed astrological reports. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity. At Sacred Ashram Ministries, we offer profound insights through our astrological report readings.
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Well, family, it's finally that time. It's the class that a lot of people have been waiting for, the Dragon Magic 103 class. We did Dragon Magic 102 back in 2020, and now in 2025, we're doing the Dragon Magic 103 class, the long-awaited class. It's going to be on April 27th of 2025 at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tickets will be $100. The website you can go to get your tickets, family, will be at www.newlifetools.org, newlifetools.org. Come to the event. If you're looking to take your dragon magic, your dragon altar, and your dragon information to the next level, this is the class you want to be in, family. Peace and blessings.
Sacred Ashram Ministries, we believe in the power of prayer and the guidance of divine forces. Whether you seek peace, healing, or clarity, our prayer request page is here for you. Simply share your prayer intentions and let us unite in spiritual harmony to manifest your desires. Discover the angels watching over you with our new Guardian Angel Numerology Calculator. Enter your name and date of birth and unveil the celestial beings offering their powerful protection and guidance in your life. Visit sacredashramministries.org today. Illuminate your path with prayer and the divine wisdom of your guardian angels.
At Sacred Ashram Ministries, we offer profound insights through our astrological report readings. They make a great gift, so don't miss out on this opportunity to connect with your cosmic divinity.
All right.
We're back.
All right. We are back. So as we get ready to close everything down, in what ways do you all see Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries evolving in the future?
Personally, I would say, I guess we both have had this vision, but Dragon's Mist evolving just to reach more people. Not just being something smaller, just a small Colorado thing, like truly being able to touch.
A lot of lives, be able to, if people want the help, be able to bring that to them, have retreats in different states, different, national parks, things like that, to where we can bring this energy to where it's needed. I see us doing a lot of community work, being able to help homeless all around, being able to do like mental health seminars, things of that nature. Um, well, this is what we were put here to do in the earth, is to help and bring people to the light, and that's what we plan on doing. Hoping that we can evolve to a point to where we can reach, you know, turn on this light bulb 1,500 miles away, and then this person will be able to turn on the light bulb 1,500 miles away from them. Just being able to spread this. That's the main goal.
Just connecting. Yeah.
Just connecting. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then obviously I would say this is like a blanket. A lot of people dream and see this happening, but having that land, that safe, sacred space for people to come, and whether it be growing your own food, or connecting with the local plants. I love foraging, so just being able to find what's out in nature and connecting with. And so that's another part of it, just having that truly a sacred space. So we want to see the ministry grow and have a place for people to come and feel at home, even whether it's living there or just visiting, just have another safe space. Can't have too many of those.
Wow. That is powerful. You mentioned foraging as well. Wow.
I love it.
That's truly a full service retreat.
Yes, yes.
Really see it. Yes, indeed.
There's so much around if you know what you're looking for. I know, like last year, you were just like, oh my gosh, here. I'm like, don't cut the grass. They're not weeds. I need this. This is good for my cough.
That was mullen.
Oh no, mullen. We did go.
Yeah.
We found some good mullen.
That's crazy.
Oh wow, mullen is a great herb, by the way.
It is.
It goes all over here. And wild strawberries.
She found wild strawberries while we was in Winter Park at a place we've never been to before. And she was like, I had a vision. When we get to the strawberry bush, that's when it's going to be the end of the hike, and we're going to turn around. And y'all, an hour and a half into hiking, we found the strawberry bush.
So many beautiful
And
strawberries.
they was amazing. They taste great. And then she's like, I also manifested seeing a bear. I was like, oh, no, you
Oh,
didn't.
wow,
No, you
that
didn't.
is crazy.
I love it.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, foraging is powerful. Being able to find something, and you are onto something. First of all, what do we do with the mullen?
Well, we put it in tea. We definitely use it for tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when we smoke, we use the mullen when we're smoking. And it keeps us from coughing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's how we discovered, this helps.
It's amazing.
Also, if y'all mix mullet and blue lotus together before
Yes, we
meditation.
do.
Oh, okay.
We are proponents of blue lotus. Let me tell you.
Yes,
And blue lotus
indeed.
has become one of my favorite herbs.
Really,
Mhm.
that is crazy. We will definitely be connecting offline.
We definitely gonna have to have a part too.
Definitely be
Offline
connecting
and online.
Yes,
Oh, I
indeed.
do want to show y'all this. Keep talking.
Okay. He'll be back. He's gonna grab something.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries.
But yes, mullen and all. Like that was my thing when I got here was I need to find out what local plants they have. I need to be able to here he goes.
Wow.
I see saying blue lotus triggered something.
Okay.
oil made with blue lotus.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Anoint your third eye with this. Do your palms of your hands and your feet before going to bed.
Hmm.
One, you about to have some amazing sleep, and the dreams that you get, insane. You don't even have to ingest this, but if you do ingest it, it's a whole different level.
And where can
Yeah.
we get that oil? Where can we get that?
Oh, look, get you some dry blue lotus, about a half ounce of dry blue lotus, and just cover it with fractionated coconut oil.
Oh,
Shake it up, put it in a dark spot. I had this going since February 17th. So you just keep shaking it and it'll infuse. And you got you some blue lotus oil.
Oh
Put it on the
ooh,
wow.
altar,
okay.
nice
Oh
and
yeah, it's
charged.
on the deity altar, so it's been blessed. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
it does the work.
I love it.
Yeah, that's powerful.
I
That's super
love
powerful.
it.
And
I love it.
if you want some of this specifically, just go ahead and send us an email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes,
we'll send
That
you
that's
indeed.
that's
I like
We'll
that
send you some of this.
too.
But it's amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah, there's a few more up there too. Just
yeah, calendula, but
hmm
yeah, that's for other things. But yeah, man, it's
Okay.
just infusing these oils. Like
hmm
you said, like you a scientist, I be in the lab here at the house. I
Yeah.
be going
Oh
in.
yes.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
Okay.
man.
Okay.
So part two, when you guys come back, because y'all definitely coming back, we
Oh
might
yeah,
just need to have a whole
definitely.
session based on herbs, based on herbs
hmm
and their
Yes,
uses.
indeed.
So
Yes, indeed. We certainly will. We love it. Okay, so I guess what let me see what I have for you was what legacy do you want to leave through your ministry and your teachings?
And
If I were to say, honestly, the legacy doesn't seem like it's mine to leave. It's
Hmm.
continuing. Like we're just speaking for myself. I'm just a worker right now,
Hmm.
and I'm doing what I'm meant to do, and so it's not really about my legacy so much. It's truly about healing my ancestors and healing myself through these traumas and paving that way and giving the information to our children and the children of the world that will have access to this. And it's basically what are they going to do with it? And so it's not really about me personally or us personally, it's the collective.
yeah, I can feel that actually. If I would say is be being the person that I felt that I needed, that or that I wanted, that teacher that I wanted to teach me all these things, being that for other people.
Mhm.
Being that light that other people need to be inspired to shine their light
Mhm.
is, I guess, what it would be. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
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 absolutely, absolutely. So with that being said, as we are getting ready to wrap things up, how can people connect with your work and become involved in Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries community?
Oh, we have on our website, we have our join us tab. You can put in your email. We have a few different events coming up, some things that we're trying out. We're trying out a woman's walking meditation, like Jasmine was saying. We're going to be going on hikes at this trail called Coyote Ridge in town here in Colorado. Beautiful, beautiful trail. You go deep behind there. It's a few spots you can meditate. It is amazing. And then we'll also be doing the men's walking meditation. And so just getting a bunch of the guys together, getting a bunch of the women together and going on this hike. Me and my friend Mason have so many good ideas while we're walking. It's like you're getting cleansed by nature. You're coming up with all these great ideas. It's like a nice reset, but still being recharged at the same time. And so we're just trying to get out there with the community. But yeah, our website would be the quickest way to reach it.
Mhm.
And then you can
Awesome,
always reach
awesome.
us by phone. I'm available for text. I do a lot of the background stuff. He's usually a little busy for text, but you can always give us a text, 239-839-5801. Email, reach us out on our website. dmtribalministries.org, and just keep looking for us. We'll be doing more podcasts coming up soon. YouTube. We're really not big with social media, and I think I've kind of I've kind of given up on it myself. Like
Yeah.
it's
I
just not as
understand.
big.
I understand. I totally
So
understand.
I don't know if you'll see us on Instagram really or Facebook or much of that. But we do have Facebook page for spiritual foundation building. So we have spiritual foundation building as well as dreaming roots. Spiritual foundation building is a sector we use for adults or serious practitioners or even beginners that are looking for a more of like classes and workshops and things. And dreaming roots, that is something that's more for the children, um, for the families.
Plenty of gifts. I just had a thought. Take some of that blue lotus oil and listen to some blue magic.
Yeah.
Stop the start. Hey,
Wonderful.
hey, excellent idea.
I love it. I love it. So that's kind of how you can reach out to us. We'd love to hear. We'd love to hear ideas. Just love to connect with people.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Well, righteous. As we move into our final reflections for this wonderful, wonderful build. Once again, just thank you all for taking the time out to join and build with us. Because I could see this could be like a 4-hour stream, low key, but
For real, you know.
we got to condense it. But
Yeah, we just learned that we have a limit.
StreamYard like
we can't just do. Oh. Oh. But my very last thing would be, if you could share one message with humanity right now, what would that be?
Oh, one message.
Mm-hmm.
With me, it's maybe just truly look to see yourself in everyone, in everything, whether it be an animal, in nature. And once you start to see that, you start to see yourself in everything, you'll be a lot more kinder and more forgiving and more understanding to so many others. Because I realize a lot of people don't. And like he knows like my patience. I'm like, I don't know how I could be more patient, because in a lot of situations now it's just like, okay, is this my ego? Is what part of this? And I'm checking myself first in a lot of cases, and then it just seems like, oh, you know what? They're going through something. I need to just chill. Even with my daughter, with my son, it's like, you know what? I see myself in all of them, or the little ants, or the wasp, or the grass, or just everything. And so I would say just take a moment just to look for yourself in everything that you encounter, and you might have more sense of peace and compassion to others.
Yeah, piggyback off of that, just love is the way. Um, just have love in your heart for what you do, for those around you, for even for your enemy. As crazy as that sounds, and I'm still trying. Like she said, put yourself in their shoes, and you love yourself, so you're gonna, try to have that connection. But my message would be: love is the key. Love is the way.
Powerful indeed. What both of you said was very powerful. And I definitely see that seeing yourself in everything does help you to have more patience and more empathy. Yeah, I see it. I see it. And love is the key. Love is the key. All right, Paco.
All right. So with that being stated, once again, thank you so much to Dragon Mist Tribal Ministries. It has been an absolute blast. We definitely gonna have to bookmark this for a part 2.
Oh yes, indeed.
Herbs and some other.
So many things. So many things.
Yeah. But with that being stated, thank you all for taking the time out to join us. Everybody in the chat, Water High, plenty of gifts. Olaf, Tan, Sound Therapy, everybody, Source One,
Everybody.
And we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And thank you. This has been episode 5 of the Righteous Frequency podcast. Another one in the books. And yeah, Dragon. Melvin and Jasmin, just stand by. We definitely need to talk after this. After this, we're gonna go ahead and drop you guys with the outro. And thank you all for joining us once again.
Peace, fam.
Peace, peace.
Yes. Thank you, family. Thank you. Oh, that was awesome.